4, 5. That's the delta. And as you can see, you can grab it by the end and just really toss that bad boy, okay? Okay, my name is Joel Z. Williams and welcome to Products for Peaceful Operations. Here before you are 3 different designs of a communication device that I call Whipstix. Now, this idea is very basic. It uses tongue depressors, which you can purchase for about $10 for a box of 500 on Amazon. And they're 6-inch wooden, sanded wood tongue depressors, but it's actually a toy and a communication device in one. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to make the first one. This one I call the Delta. As you can see, I've numbered these sticks 1 through 5. And I just really quickly want to show you how to put these together. So we're going to start with number 1. We're going to put number 2 in the middle, if you can see where my thumb is. Number 2 in the middle. Number 3 is going to be behind. Number 4. Number 5. Just like that. And that's a Delta. And that bad boy, you can whip that pretty far and it'll break apart on impact. So it's a good toy. It's a good way to get kids active and get them outside and get them creative, get them building things. Now the next one is called the TIE Fighter. I call it the bow tie or the TIE Fighter because it looks like George Lucas's Star Wars TIE Fighter, if you can imagine. Now, quite simply, this uses 5 sticks as well. Very simply, you're going to make an X pattern like that and put 1 in the middle. Okay? And then you're going to use your ends to create the tension. It's not a very pretty one, but that's a TIE Fighter. And of course you can whip that one just like you could the other one. Now the last one, the piece de resistance, is the snowflake, or some people call it the diamond. But this one is by far the most difficult one to make, and it's gonna challenge you. But you're gonna start out with 4 sticks. Very similar to the other pattern of the TIE Fighter. You're going to have a pattern that looks kind of like a star, like an asterisk. And then in between each end, that's where you're going to put your tension. And that's the fun of these, is that they are difficult to make, and you can create your own designs and do what you like. Now that is a very sloppy one, but that is what I call the snowflake or the diamond, depending on how you want to look at it. But as you can see, they break apart very easily. And the concept, the reason, let me switch the camera around. Okay. The reason I designed these things originally was because I saw that there was a problem with Ebola in West Africa. And what I saw was that there were a lot of foreign NGOs, non-governmental organizations, Medicine Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, Red Cross, Red Crescent, Oxfam. These organizations were going into these communities where most of the people were illiterate or certainly didn't speak the same language. And so what I thought is that a medical professional could easily take a box of 500 of these, I call them Whipstix. They could take them with a Sharpie pen and write very critical health information on the stick itself. Things like, for example, if you're trying to fight Ebola, you would put little messages on there: don't touch dead bodies, don't reclaim clothing from people who have died from dead body, wash your hands constantly, don't eat bushmeat, things like this. And you would put it, of course, in the language of the region that was specific to you. So if you're in Côte d'Ivoire, where the majority of people speak French, you would write the messages in French. If you were in, let's say, the Ivory Coast, you would put it in English. If you were in Nigeria, you would probably write it in Igbo or one of the other indigenous languages. And this does not have to be just for Ebola. The advice for washing of hands, of cooking meat until thoroughly, just basic hygiene that we take for granted here in the developed world, you certainly could get that message out a lot quicker. It's a communication device as well as a toy. So that's the point I was trying to make. Again, my name is Joel Z. Williams. I'm the Director of Products for Peaceful Operations. This is my gift to the world. Hopefully through this design and the implementation, we could prevent the loss of life. Thank you very much.